Disney have apparently cancelled Tron 3, and if you look at the underwhelming recent box office performance of Tomorrowland, a Disney movie which I found impressively mature, along with the 51% Rotten Tomatoes score for Tron Legacy, a Disney movie which I thought got pretty boring after the first act, up until the final chase scene, which was epic. It doesn't actually come as a surprise, but it's not the end of the world, in the cyberpunk world, as apparently there will be a Blade Runner 2, a sequel to my all-time favourite movie, and one that also bombed at the box office. Will Blade Runner 2 suffer the same fate as Tron 3? First of all, why did Tron Legacy fail? Roger Ebert said it best when he described the movie as a light show, and that's pretty much what Tron Legacy was. Light shows are entertaining for a while, but they can get pretty stale if they last for 125 minutes. The movie would have worked better if it just stuck to being a heist movie, you know, something that people actually believe in, like religion, and just added the Tron world mythos to aid the heists. For example, if the scene where the main character flies down with Tron world wings happened in a real world heist, that would be badass as hell. The movie also lacked a lot of substance. There was no character development or even a strong story. Plus it had a CGI Jeff Bridges. Need I say more? Blade Runner 2 can save its overall quality if it just rehashes the original by having a new simple story with loads of references to the original, a bit like what Mad Max Fury Road did. If it's too different a movie, it will get lots of hate from the original's fans, like The Lost World did. And I did watch a bit of The Lost World last night, and it's not so bad. But what about Tomorrowland? Why did Tomorrowland get such an underwhelming weekend box office turnout? Well, because it was too damn expensive. Did Disney not learn from The Lone Ranger? If your budget is anywhere close to 200 million, you are not going to make that money back unless you're really, really lucky. Heck, I'm surprised Avengers 2 made the money it did, considering it was as intelligent as Transformers 5, which I liked, but everybody else hated, and I'm surprised Maleficent got the money that it did. Word of mouth played a part in Tomorrowland's underwhelming performance too. Don't get me wrong, I think you should buy a ticket and watch the movie, as it did surprise me, and I think everybody is being way too harsh about the last 20 minutes, but it was filled with cop-outs. Filled! From the characters being explosion-proof to the lack of, you know, a Tomorrowland itself. Tron 3 was going to be expensive to make, and inevitably it would contain some cop-outs because there would be way too much happening behind the scenes, which would eventually hurt its chances at the box office. Disney should focus on making a live-action Tron short film instead, as it would be cheaper and there's more opportunity to be as creative as possible with it. If you've ever seen Kung Fury, you'll know what I mean. I'm not fucked up that Disney got rid of Tron 3, and it wouldn't surprise me if they just sold the rights to another company, so we'll get a Tron 3 anyway. I just want to make it clear that the decision, to me personally, feels justified, although I am a little shocked considering Tron is a well-known franchise at the end of the day. I guess it wasn't worth producing yet another box office bomb. Generally, when Disney make an expensive live-action movie, especially ones like The Lone Ranger and John Carter, which aim at males, it usually does not do very well. But when Disney make a fairy tale movie, especially the ones like Maleficent and Cinderella, which aim at females, they rake in the cash. Tron 3 is a live-action movie aiming at males. It would have failed. It is a shame that we have lost yet another cyberpunk movie which would have shown how far special effects and thoughts on technology have come nowadays, and it's an even bigger shame as it does now present a concern for producers of other upcoming cyberpunk movies like Blade Runner 2. I'm only interested, not really excited, but interested in a Blade Runner 2 movie as it's being shot by Roger Deakins apparently. Now I've seen Skyfall, Blade Runner 2 will look amazing, but it'll only make its money back if it is, unfortunately, a big, dumb action movie aimed at teenage boys, rather than an intelligent epic aimed at adults and fans of the original. like me.